Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist couldn't take. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So many times we discuss, or I share, all the things that the narcissist tried to take, and a lot of those things they actually accomplished for a period of time, until they were replenished, until you healed. But there are many things that the narcissist couldn't take, and that's what I'm going to jump into right here. You see, what they couldn't take was your purpose. They couldn't take your future. They couldn't take your direction. They couldn't take you healing. They tried their best to destroy you. They tried their best to take everything from you. Time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, relationships, health, everything and more. And the narcissists, before they had met you, they had done this to other people before they met you, and they're doing it with other people right now. Some of these relationships are their siblings, some are their romantic relationships, some are the new supply who they're cheating on the current supply with, some are their kids, their stepkids, some are their business associates, their neighbors, their parents, colleagues, people in communities or hobby groups they're a part of. You have to remember the narcissist is everywhere, and what they try to do is they try to take anything they possibly can, which includes everything I just mentioned. But what they also wanted to take was you and your beautiful, bright, shining light away from you. Now, over the years, I've mentioned your beautiful, bright, shining light. I coined that term because that's what I am and that's what you are. And when you're in the narcissistic relationship, you feel anything other than being a beautiful, bright, shining light. You're actually being extinguished each and every day. You're being treated less than, you're being invalidated. You're not being heard, you're being taken for granted, and you're trying to fix an unfixable relationship. And all the while, the narcissist knows that. You see, they had done what they did with you before they met you. And they learned how to manipulate people, and they fine-tuned their skill set and their craft of abuse, of toxicity and manipulation, and they weaponized that against you and against other people. Once the narcissist knows what a certain person has, and they want to take it from that person, they will love bomb that target as long as it takes, as long as they believe that their energy, I'm talking about the narcissist, is being spent wisely, so they can maybe give a little bit of fakeness in the beginning, but extract a whole bunch at the very end once the fangs are sunken into that person. The love bomb is just the first part of the narcissistic relationship. The second part is the devaluation stage, and the third part is the ending, and at times the fourth part is a hoover. Not everyone gets hoovered. Remember, we are in the holiday hoover time of year. So maintain your boundaries. If you haven't gone no contact, do it now. If you are trying to remove yourself from the toxic parasite, well, get ready to create, develop, and execute your plan. But understand that these people, i.e. the narcissists or the toxic people, they don't change. They're not going to repent. They're not going to miraculously have found a higher power tomorrow and want to become a good person. The darkness that infests them, it infests their hollowness, their shallowness, their mind, their energy, their aura. It creeps through their veins and it stole their soul. But all of that can't be turned around. And you may think, well, no, they can change. They can't change. The only thing these toxic people change is their song and dance and who they're going to manipulate. Essentially, the mask they're going to wear for the next new supply or the next person. You have changed, and the narcissist couldn't take that from you. Meaning, they thought that they snuffed you out. They thought they extinguished you in your beautiful, bright, shining light. What you did is you elevated and you ascended, and that's what you're doing right now if you haven't done it. And you're realizing that you're stronger than you know, and you're realizing that the narcissist threw everything in the book at you, but you are still here, unlike most of the other people that they had abused ahead of you. That's what makes you different. So what they couldn't take right now for this video, and maybe this is the first video you're consuming, maybe it's the 10,000th, but what they couldn't take is your mindset permanently. They couldn't take your money permanently. They definitely couldn't take your energy permanently. They may have sidetracked you with all those three things. I can assure you they sidetracked you with your health and your relationships and certain hobbies and things that you used to enjoy. Example, maybe a certain kind of music or a favorite dish of food or a favorite location or a favorite street or city, town, state, or country. They took a lot of those things, fair enough. But as you're healing, you will understand that there are so much more important things to this thing called life than giving your energy to a toxic parasite, i.e. the narcissist. You didn't know that before. Now you're learning it, and you understand now that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And there is no room in your life for toxicity now or in the future. And this is what the narcissist couldn't take from you. They couldn't take your purpose, your energy, your beautiful, bright, shining light, your will to survive, your will to heal, your craving for the wisdom, your craving for the answers of the questions that you had. You also had to put yourself back together. And the narcissist didn't want you to do that. That's why these people don't give closure. That's why they're not accountable. That's why they don't introspect. And that's why they want to twist the knife in as deep with anybody. And I mean anybody they've targeted, as long as they possibly can. This is why you are different. Most people that had been in these relationships way before the internet, way before their smartphone, and even before a couple minutes ago when I started creating this video, they were trapped. They didn't understand what they were up against. You figured it out, which is why you are the beautiful, bright, shining light. You are different than everybody else. That's why you're cut from a different cloth. And the narcissist overplayed their hand with you, just like they overplay their hand with everybody, thinking that nobody will ever see behind the mask, nobody will ever put two and two together, and nobody will figure out what they had done, what the narcissist had done to them. That's not you. That's why you are journaling. It's why you're meditating. It's why you're watching videos. It's why you are healing childhood wounds. It's why you're probably still in the cocoon of boundaries. Maybe you're beginning to poke your head out of the cocoon of boundaries. And you may say, well, what is the cocoon of boundaries? It's a place where you are healing. You don't really want to go out that often. You're learning all about toxicity and narcissism. You're figuring out who was in your corner, who wasn't. You're understanding the smear campaign. You're learning about the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle. You're understanding what empathy is, what toxicity is. You're learning about humanity. You're learning about psychology, about mindset, about purpose, about the future, and so much more. Eventually, over time, if you haven't done this, you will. You will cut the four ties: the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie from the narcissist. You must do this to heal. Nobody, and I mean nobody, that doesn't cut those ties. There's not one person that can heal without cutting those ties. And you may think, no, I've cut 3 of those 4 and I'm doing great. Well, if you're still tethered to the narcissist, that means that they're still in your energy field. That means you're still connected to them in some way. And I would strongly suggest looking to remove yourself from the final tether. But all this information I'm sharing with you, and I've shared it for over almost 5 years, it's to help you understand that if where you are now is where you want to be, that's a great thing. If where you are now is not where you want to be, there's work to be done. But there are so many things that this person couldn't take from you. And some of them I just mentioned, and I'll mention 2 more, then I'll close the video. One is the new path that you will be on after you've healed. Because so many of us post-narcissistic relationship, after we've healed or while we're healing, we figure out there's such a higher purpose to our life, to our energy, to us having been in that cycle, to us having been trapped in that narcissistic abusive cycle. What was the reason? Why did we stay in it? How did we stay in it? Why did this happen to us? We ask ourselves all those questions and so many more, and then eventually we realize there's a higher purpose. And what the purpose is, I can't tell you, but I can give you a little bit of wisdom here. It's not to sit on the newfound wisdom you've acquired and to do nothing, to basically to sit on your hands and just say, well, I made it out and that's too bad for everybody else. No, that's not what we do. What we do is we pay it forward. What we do is we can read the tea leaves. What we do is we can read energy and feel energy now. What we do, I'm talking about people that have healed and or who really are on the healing path. We can now sense things. We trust our instincts. We trust our intuition. We do not ignore red flags. And we understand that there is toxicity all over the planet and that we were trapped in a cycle for a period of time, but we're out and we're working on ourselves. And that's what we will do each and every day. But you must remember, on this planet called Earth, there's toxicity, there is positivity, and then there's so many other mindsets of people in the middle. They're not the negative, dark energy source. They're not the beautiful, bright, shining light like you are. Most people on the planet are in the middle, and that's not a bad thing. That's human beings. We are all equal. Every single one of us breathes the same air, wear the same clothes, and has opportunities to stand for goodness or not to. We, the empaths, the kind of loving people, specifically those of us who've made it out of the cycle, we want to pay it forward, and we want to help the collective consciousness, and we want other people to get to where we are. Remember, at one point, we all were the new supply. At one point, we didn't have the wisdom. At one point, we felt trapped. At one point, we were boxed in. At one point, we thought this toxic person had taken everything from us. But as the dust settles, the smoke lifts, the clarity arrives, we realize that they didn't take it. They captured us for a period of time. They tried to extinguish us, snuff us out, if you will, but they failed. That's why you're different. That's why I'm different. That's why I pay it forward every day. And I will continue to do that for the rest of my days on this planet called Earth. You see, I'm different. I've elevated, I've ascended, I've seen the dark side, and I know what the good side is. The good side is the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. That's where I'm standing. And that's where you will be one day if you continue to focus on yourself and realize that as dark as it may seem right now for you, that the narcissist took everything from you, they didn't. There is always a way out. There's always a path ahead. And I too at one point thought that everything was taken from me. Everything. If you go back to my earlier videos from 2021, you'll see a broken person. But I picked up the camera and I recorded my first video just like I'm doing right now. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. That's why you must not quit. You must not give up. You must never give up. You must continue to be the beautiful, bright, shining light and realize that that person, there are so many things they didn't take from you. And you will rebuild if you haven't already. And that's not a bad thing. It's a challenge. It's not fun. It's not easy. But I did it. If I did it, you can do it. So you need to believe in yourself the way I believe in you. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you're not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And realize what the narcissist didn't take, there are so many things post-relationship. As you're healing, and once you've healed, you realize, 1, this was the test of a lifetime. 2, you should be fortunate that you're out of it. 3, you should be fortunate that you've healed or you are healing. And number 4, you need to understand something. This is your journey, it's your life. And you cannot be around a dark energy source who's all they're trying to do is suck the energy out of you, take your time, consume your mindset, live in your mind rent-free and steal everything around you. That's why you have to cut the ties with this person or cut the ties with these people and begin to ascend, elevate, and arrive at that mountaintop of indifference. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. And my poison ivy's getting better. That's why I have a little wrinkle here, but it's getting better. Thank you. Bye.